This is where I come to watch for salmon. This time of year they leap up the waterfall to get to their breeding grounds. Now there's a lady in the village who's lived by the river all her life, who tells me that when she was young, the whole village would feast on salmon all through the autumn. When I asked her for numbers, how many salmon were there, I said. She said she recalls seeing a dozen a minute leaping. These days I'm lucky if I see one. But here's the thing, back in the day our ancestors would have lived with wilderness. Wilderness surrounded the communities. If you wanted to travel from one community to another, you had to go through wilderness. And wilderness was important. It commanded humility. Because when in the wilderness we were vulnerable. Not just wolves and bears, cold, hunger. And so it made us value community. It made us value the security and the protection that community brings. These days, we live in communities, overlapping communities, overlapping communities. And as a result, we've lost our perspective. We've become arrogant and complacent. Here's the thing about wilderness though. You can push it to the fringes, but sooner or later, it'll return. And these days it's returning in the form of floods, storms, wildfires, droughts, extreme weather events that remind us of our true position in the scheme of things. We have a role to play in this natural world, but it is a role of stewardship, not dominance. What's interesting to note is that when wilderness strikes, it forces people to reevaluate not only their position in the natural world, but also their position and the role of community. Because invariably, in the aftermath of these extreme weather events, it's community that comes together to rebuild. It's community that comes together to heal. It's community that comes together. Wilderness will return. And with it, a re-evaluation of who we are. At the end of the day, we are creatures of the earth. Aren't we both? We're creatures of the earth.
If you've enjoyed this video, check out our other off-grid homesteading offers at www.lammasearthcentre.co.uk.